Hi, my name is Melanie Abu Saleh, and I'm going to be interviewing our very own Ellie El Azari. So introduce yourself.
Yes, so I'm Ali Al Azari. I'm in eighth grade currently, going to ninth grade. This was my first year of MUN, and this is my third conference, which is KIMUN.
As an eighth grader with many options to choose, such as other extracurriculars, why did you choose MUN?
So I was interested in like debating and stuff, but I didn't really fully know what you would do in MUN, and it sounded interesting. So I thought of joining it, and yeah.
Why choose Kaiman as one of your very first conferences?
Well, one thing about it is that, I mean, I like doing MUN and I enjoy doing conferences, so of course I would take it. Also, Kaiman just felt cool because there was also some physical parts to it. Like right now, we're in the ASK library room, and just doing conferences is just something I really enjoy.
That's amazing. So, how was the Kaiman experience so far in your committee, which is, what is it again?
So I'm in the historical committee, and I've really been enjoying it so far. It's cool seeing like new people from different areas around the world. And right now we're starting like debating and stuff. Yesterday we started writing rezos, and yeah.
A bit of a lighthearted question. What's the most, like, the funniest thing that happened in Kaiman so far?
Uh, hmm.
I know it's a hard question. A lot of things happen in Kaiman that's really, really funny, but
I feel like one of my favorite things was the opening ceremony.
opening ceremony.
I feel like it was just very well made and it was quite funny how they did like all the transitions and just the way that they introduced Kaiman to us. I really enjoyed that and it was funny and very like it made me want to go into Kaiman a lot more.
And you guys can check the opening ceremony on YouTube. It actually was live streamed just a day ago, so you can check it out as well. So another question, it's a bit more on the serious side. Do you see yourself as someone sticking to MUN? Because you're only in eighth grade. Who knows, maybe in senior year you're going to be doing something else.
Yes, so I feel like I want to continue to do MUN. Like next year, I want to join MUN again and go into many other conferences, and maybe even sooner or later be an exec. And yeah, I'm just really excited to go further into MUN. And the more I do it, the more I learn, and I enjoy it.
Now, for the people watching, do you have any tips whatsoever to those that want to start MUN, MUN tips, and Kaiman especially?
I was gonna say one thing. Don't be shy. Always speak up. If nobody wants to talk, you can talk. And yeah, just always be active, talking, listening, because when you do, first off, you learn a lot more, enjoy your experience a lot more, and also many chairs and execs will start to know you more, like you more, and you'll just start to talk to more people, and you'll have a lot better experience after that.
That's amazing, amazing advice. Thank you for that. And also, last question. Why should people choose Kaiman as one of their first conferences or their last conference in their high school career?
Okay, well, as a first conference, I feel like it's quite easy to go into because they gave us like many introduction stuff. Like I could have just went to Kaiman without taking any MUN classes, and I could have known the procedure and everything because they taught us a bit over papers. Also, like the opening ceremony is very inviting, so I really liked Kaiman, and it's like really well organized, and I feel like it's just a really good way to go out with a bang, maybe as your last conference.
Well, you heard it from our very own middle school delegate that this conference is inviting. So next time, join us in Kaiman. Thank you so much, Ellie. It's a pleasure to talk to you. So thank you, Lily, for agreeing to just have an interview with us. Since we know that you're a chair, you have to get back to chairing. So we're going to keep this one short. So Lily, why did you choose Kaiman as one of your first official chairing duty?
So I had chaired 2-3 times before this, and I knew about the people who were working in Kaiman and who were going to be organizing this year. And the people who were organizing, They're people that I've worked with before, and I really, really like the organizing committee, the press team, the communications team. And so because of that, that really motivated me, because I knew KIMUN was going to be organized and great and well thought through, and it was going to have a lot of effort into it, and I really wanted to work on a team like that, which is honestly why I joined KIMUN. It was because of the team that I knew that was running it. They were really great people.
So especially me.
Yes.
So since you are a chair, you see the growth of delegates. So can you just explain to the viewers as to how the delegates have grown throughout the conference?
Well, a lot of delegates, I'm chairing African Union, and a lot of our delegates are new delegates, and they had never heard of KIMUN procedure, which is a procedure that this conference follows. And it was very interesting because yesterday I was teaching them all about the procedure and everything that they were supposed to do and all of that kind of stuff. And today they're like now correcting me and stuff on procedure. They're correcting me on certain parliamentary stuff that we have to do. And it's just really like amazing to see their growth and to see how much this conference has helped them become stronger delegates. And I'm really proud of my delegates. Like African Union, if you guys are seeing this out there, I love you guys. Like you guys are the best. You guys are one of my favorite delegates, and I'm really, really happy like to see your growth and everything.
So the student becomes the teacher.
Yes, honestly, I'm very confident that these delegates who have not known about family procedure can confidently go into a very good conference and have it all down, because they are really fast learners.
So we understand why you chose KIMUN, but why should viewers at home choose KIMUN as well for either their first conference or their last conference in their high school career?
Well, KIMUN feels like a family to me. Like the people who have been working on it, our meetings and everything, I just feel so supported by everyone who is there. So no matter what, whether you're a new chair, an old chair, a new delegate, an old delegate, you'll always feel supported by your KIMUN team, and that's something that I had learned. Our Secretary General really gave us all the resources we need. Our press team was very organized. Our communications team was always on top of their stuff, and I always felt that I always felt supported as a chair. Like despite everything that was going on, I had exams going on during prep for KIMUN, and it was just so hectic with everything going on, and still in a month we were able to make it so organized. And it was honestly because of the support of the team, it was the support of my fellow lead chairs, and it was most importantly the support of our SLE and DSLEs. So I would definitely say that if you want to feel supported and you want to feel like you're a part of a family, choose KIMUN.
Well, thank you, Lily, for having the best answers that you could possibly have.
Thank you for having me, Miss Melanie.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm with the SG, Yusuf El Ozairi, and I'm going to be interviewing him for the KIMUN documentary. So you can introduce yourself, but I think we don't need an introduction because everyone knows you already.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, so I'm Yusuf El Ozairi. I'm Secretary General of this year's KIMUN, the first one. And I'm excited for whatever Melanie has for me.
So, what is or was the intention with KIMUN?
So, you know, it really feels like all that we've been building up to has led to this, and we managed to like sneak it in at literally the last chance we could. And it's just been, you know, I've been in MUN now for 4 years here at our school, and we always had such strong delegates, but we never had a conference to match. And we'd attend conferences, we'd sweep the awards, and that's been the constant with our I guess our MUN community here. However, we were never able to host ourselves. So that was the goal, and we took a different approach, an independent approach, but nonetheless, outcome is very much the same. And it was just kind of going out with, this is the last thing to check off, to perfect all, you know, like the past 4 years that I've seen, and all that we've built up to since then for MUN community, and I'd like to say it worked out.
So what was the process of KIMUN, the journey at most?
It's been quite like rapid. Again, it was always like, are we gonna do this? Can we do it independently? Is it possible? Can we, is this the capacity we can hold? And we quite literally pushed it to the very last the last moment that we could, and to give us the time in the room to make it work. And so we spent, as far as I can remember, the whole of this year working towards it. And you start by getting the team together, first of all, a small core team, and slowly expanding from the chairs to the press to the design, up to like 31. And then, simultaneously collecting delegates up to like over 100. And then the few weeks of intense prep work mixed with the back half of the school year. It was very quite rapid and crazy, it being our first time, and there was so much foundation we had to lay. But ultimately, I think this process is something that we all were like prepared for, and we deserve to go through it. Just seeing as how far our MUN, our delegates have come, and our team members, and so going through that, I think was essential for them to kind of complete the last portion of MUN that they had all been missing, with running our own conference. And it's different, but it's amazing.
We can tell that you're a busy man, but if you could go back in time, what would you change?
What would I change? I don't know. I feel like a very special set of circumstances have led up to where we are now. And like, it's funny to think that if the pandemic didn't happen, we most likely, I doubt we would have been able to host a conference, this soon. But because of the opportunity of Zoom, that opened up an international conference to fully independently without any funding or support. So I don't know, I just look back and reflecting, of course, like my first 2 years of MUN, I wasn't the most active, I was more observant and picking up. And then from last year to this year, I after coming out of the pandemic, I think I managed to step up and just by the end of it accomplish all that I wished for. And so I don't know if I would have wanted it any other way. And I'm very happy and grateful how things have worked out.
What's the most memorable moment so far in KIMUN? It can be like from the team or just the conference as a whole.
Okay, honestly, it was last night in the Epilogue Committee. It was our first day of the Epilogue Committee, and I was like smiling the whole way through. We stayed like an hour overtime, willingly, of course. And I hadn't had that much fun in MUN in a while, especially like building up to this. It was a lot of just like sleepless nights and whatever. But getting there, where we had a group of extremely passionate delegates just going at it full force, fully voluntarily and just back and forth. It was insanely dynamic of a debate, and one of the best I've participated in, because I had the pleasure of just being a delegate there, which was great. It was amazing.
Do you have any advice for a future SG? Maybe they are watching right now, so you never know.
Oh, so a future SG of any MUN program, I would say is you need to always have the delegates in mind and their needs in mind. More important than anything else, and you can't start making assumptions about what they want. There's so much about taking genuine feedback and hearing their genuine concerns and desires, so that you can use your time building up to that, and giving them, providing them what they want. Because that, in the end, as SG, all you have to do is manage all of the people, put them in the best positions for them to grow and excel. So there's a lot about team building and just building up to the point where your delegates' needs are met.
Yeah. So why should people choose KIMUN as their first conference or maybe their last conference in their high school career?
I think we've built KIMUN in a very special way where we have an abundance of resources, and a a huge diversity of delegates, where I think it works really well as just like an introductory conference. It's able to, especially like the General Assembly and African Union, even the historical, at times, it's able to really support and encourage delegates, and we've seen already in commissions, in committees, how much the delegates are growing, just with these 3 days. It's been clear, and it's been very, we're very proud of them, and I think fostering this environment where people are putting themselves out there, we're offering them this chance to grow, not only in MUN, but also as speakers and in confidence. But then we also have like the Security Council, which, because we had such great diversity of delegates, we were able to create a room, an almost ultra competitive room, of really seasoned delegates, and they're just having a blast. So I think finding that balance and mixing up the committees in a way where those who seek this like 20 plus conferences and they wanna have that energy again, we can definitely offer that in our more advanced committees. But at the same time, we do have a lot of care and attention and room for those, for lack of a better term, beginners.
Yeah. So thank you for talking to me and taking the time out of your busy schedule. So thank you so much, Yusuf. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, Melanie.
I think that's it.
That's all.